Hi, my name is Preston Height. I'm a BIM coordinator at Hoar Construction. This video is about how we at Hoar are using building information modeling for facility management. Of course, BIM is an industry acronym that's getting more and more well known. We at Hoar believe that BIM should stand for Better Information Management. Projects are filled with complex information, and keeping track of that information is a very complex job. In construction, we're using building information modeling to track that information for tasks such as trade coordination, in-field layout, cost estimating, and scheduling. The benefits to the construction project are clear. It allows us to investigate more efficient delivery methods before we get to the field, and it allows us to avoid costly rework. But the value of BIM shouldn't end at the end of the construction project, after the design team and the construction team have benefited from the efficient sharing of information within the model. The building's largest stakeholder should be granted access to the potential value of BIM as well. And of course, with any facility, the largest stakeholder is the owner. It's a well-known fact that over the life of a facility, between 75% and 80% of the total cost is in its maintenance, not in its initial construction. Because of this, Hoar believes that we have a responsibility to find new ways to share the value of the model with our clients. We've developed a custom application that allows clients to interact with the 3D model during the life of their facility. One potential use of this is tracking asset information so that the owner can track and navigate within the model in 3D to find a piece of equipment, view any information that they wish to view regarding that piece of equipment, and keep it updated, all within the model. BIM also gives us a tool that we can provide to owners, which they can in turn provide to future design teams for each successive modification of the facility. The model then serves as an accurate starting point and replaces old drawings which design teams have to verify. I'll give you some examples of how the application works. We're viewing the 3D model of the project. If I'm the owner, I might get a call stating that one of the rooms on the 8th floor is uncomfortable. I have several ways to look at the 8th floor. I might want to start by walking around on the inside of the floor. In this way, I could walk to the room about which I got a call. But that might not be the quickest way to get to the answer. I can also view the 8th floor above the ceiling. Once I'm viewing the above ceiling of the 8th floor, I can then zoom in and find the VAV box that might be causing the discomfort. The item highlighted in green is the box, including all of its access zones. And over here on the right is the information about the box that the owner asked to keep in storage. In my service call, I might make the decision to go in and adjust the maximum. I might change it to 430. After the service call, all I have to do is come back to the model and change the value. On this floor, I have all of my main HVAC and electrical and plumbing equipment. I might zoom in, for instance, on the boilers. And here I can see not only do I have information about the boilers, I also have documents attached. So I can look at the closeout documents related to those boilers. And remember, I don't always have to view from above. I can also get down on the floor and view from eye level, walking around in the project, just like I would walk around the real space, able to look up and see the piping and the ductwork as it really appears, and still able to select and interact with the information about the equipment. And all of this information is only the information that the owner specifically requested to see in the model. I can also choose to keep track of new types of data. For instance, I might want to start tracking work orders, who they were executed by, the name of the work order, etc. I need only create a new parameter and attach that parameter to whatever equipment that I would like to track it on. The database of information attached to the model is also searchable. For instance, I can search for every AHU in the project. Once I have my search results, I can select the element, and I can zoom to the selected element. I can also, of course, view all of the information stored for that particular element and edit it. But the information is not only accessible from within the model. All of the model data is also viewable inside a web browser. So, I can come to the web browser and search for any kind of information that I might be interested in, for instance, VAVs. I might be looking for a particular VAV, and I might look at the detail information about that VAV. This page contains all of the information stored in the database about that item, including a unique QR code and all of the data that the owner requested to see, as well as all of the remaining data from the model. I can also view groups of elements by their type. For instance, I might want to look at all of the automatic balancing valves. And in table format, I can see all of the automatic balancing valves with all of the information that the owner requested to see about automatic balancing valves. The data is actually editable in the table so that I can make changes here via the web and they'll show up back on the desktop model viewing application. One of the great benefits of being able to interact with this data on the web is that it works equally well on portable devices. So, one can imagine getting a work order and taking a tablet PC to the site of the work and making the changes to the data, and those changes are immediately visible when I'm viewing the model. If you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us. We'd love to share more, and we'd love to work with you to take this idea further and make it more useful for you.